Hey everybody, Mason back with a very cheeky, fun, simple coffee elixir recipe. It's my Virile stag coffee recipe. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking basically a single shot, or you put a beautiful double shot of espresso here in my crystal glass, just because I'm feeling fancy. Then we're going to add a little bit of MCT oil in there. That's going to be our fat aspect. Bring those ketones, those medium chain triglycerides into the body. It's brain power, it's brain energy. It's buffering the medicine of the deer antler velvet and the coffee, and so it gets released nice and slow. And so, as I said, yes, deer antler velvet. Now, this is a very ancient herb in tonic herbalism. It comes from the very revered red-spotted deer, which aren't raised for their meat in China, just farmed on open pasture for that deer antler. And we work with a very particular farm. We have a vet do the extraction. Springtime, when those antlers are beginning to grow, it's the fastest growing appendage on a mammal, and it has the growth factors. The growth factors, an array of them that help the body and the kidneys regenerate tissue, heal the bones, heal the marrow, heal the kidneys within themselves, so that we can get that aspect of Jing within our kidneys, which is regeneration and reproduction of the cells themselves. That's why it's associated with being such a libido herb, because it does help the body get the capacity for reproduction back as a whole. So it is an incredible tonic for sexual vigor and sex hormones. But it's really, really nourishing to the yin essence of the kidneys. And that really is what makes it such a great hormonal herb and tonic. The reason I brought it into my range years ago when I was doing the markets is because I had so many young men and women that had their libidos completely bottomed out, seemed unable to produce healthy sex hormones, and a lot of men and women, especially women though, going through very turbulent times with menopause and the men with andropause. And this was the key core herb. Sometimes I've gone through other plant herbs and protocols. You need a herb to get in there and like a buck, drive those sex hormones back into production, drive the essence back into the kidneys and adrenals. And then at the moment, I'll probably go through a jar a year. So there'll be weeks when I really feel like I really need an increase in that capacity, that strong capacity within my adrenals and kidneys. And the beautiful thing, the reason I keep it in my diet, it's one of the only herbs that's purely a toner, fortifier, strengthener of the bone marrow, which then brings forth healthy bone formation and is also one of the most longevity driving substances within the body. So I'm going to go a half teaspoon in there of that jewel extract deer antler. You know what? I'm going to go a little bit more. I'm feeling frisky. Probably 3/4 of a teaspoon there. Then just going to add a little bit of that MCT oil, just that extract from coconut oil, those medium chain triglycerides. So probably about half a teaspoon there. If you like, I don't like it to be too oily. If you like MCT, go for it. Get a good teaspoon in there. And then I'm simply adding my little double shot of coffee that I've got from the branches here in the Byron Bay Shire. And then I'm just going to stir that up. So if you're at a cafe, you can order an espresso or a double shot espresso. If you like taking a coffee that way, have your little deer antler velvet jar with you, maybe some MCT oil, but lots of cafes are starting to stock these kinds of ingredients. Ideally, they're stocking Superfeast and they can put it in there for you. And there we have it, the Virile stag. Remembering all those beautiful elements that I was telling you about deer antler, not forgetting that it is a blood-building herb. That it is a herb that circulates qi, brings vitality to the body, and is also a Shen tonic. Tonic that brings our spirit forth, calms the mind, so that we can just generally be rad people, all delivered in a nice, delicious coffee. Cheers, everybody. Yum, just a rad coffee.